take two. You're used to this. You're the film
Yeah, yeah,
guy.
yeah, definitely. Mhm.
So take two. This is Marcus Wallace. Marcus, you want to introduce yourself to the group?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Marcus Wallace. Retired military, did 23 years in the Army, loved it. Been fitness training for 12 years, also former pro basketball player. So fitness is my passion. I'm here to help you guys get in the best shape of your life with some of my experiences where all the stuff that I've been through, I'm just passionate about fitness. So any way that I can help, I want you guys to ask or hit me up because I'm excited to be here working with Fire Team Whiskey. It's been what, 3 years now?
Yeah, yeah. And so our participants have seen you three times so far this week, depending on which videos they've chosen each day. So the fitness test we did on day one, and then Shred 20, I think a couple days later, one of your Shred 20 videos, and then one of your Build and Burn videos. That was yesterday, which I did today, and it kicked my butt. And I told you I was cursing you out a little bit.
Oh, that did my job then.
Because that 15 is crazy. I was like, aren't we done at 10? So so Marcus is here. He's kind of our resident fitness expert. And so Marcus, most people doing these challenges are kind of coming off of an injury or maybe a long break with doing some of these workouts, especially this hard of workouts. So any tips that you have for somebody who's just first starting out or who has had a long break because of an injury, and they're just getting back into it?
Oh, the biggest thing is to be patient and just focus on getting yourself back into a routine because taking the time off and getting back into it, you're not going to see the results you want the first couple of weeks, but the results that you're going to get is getting yourself back accustomed to get moving, getting yourself into a routine. That's what you should focus on when you first started. Don't small steps. So just focus on like preparing your meals. Make sure you're taking the time to schedule when I'm going to work out. And that's what you should focus on in the beginning. So once you get that, once you get your routine, your nutrition starting out, and then you can start moving a little bit faster. But at the beginning, just focus on getting into a healthy routine because it takes time.
Yeah. And then so the other thing that we started on, and that's when our technical problem started, was soreness. So when people do our challenges, they complain of especially a lot of soreness, especially after that fitness test.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're on day 7, so we're just finishing up week 1. Hopefully some of the soreness has decreased, but any tips on soreness and kind of working through that as we roll into week 2?
Yeah, you make sure obviously you want to get rest, stretching, if you have access to getting massages. But the main thing is you still want to continue to do the workouts because that's what's going to get you through the soreness. Of course, any program you start after taking the time off, that's just part of you're going to get that DOMS, that the delayed offset muscle soreness. But the thing is, make sure you sticking with the nutrition that obviously Fire Team has laid out, and you're doing light stretching, even like if you have access to a massage. But just make sure you continue moving because what I see a lot of times is that when people work out, they've been having worked out for a while. They do a workout, and then they feel sore, so they take another 2 or 3 days to try to recover, and then when they work out again, they're sore all over again. So you just got to work through it because after a while, your body will get accustomed to it, and the soreness won't be bad as it was when you first started out. So you just have to keep in mind you're gonna have some soreness and work through it and do all the little stuff like the and like getting a lot of protein in, and glutamine, stretching, and like I said, if you have access to a massage.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I wish I could get a massage every day. That would
No,
definitely help with
them things I use the
soreness. That would be
the
great.
Theragun is pretty. I brought a Theragun and that helps out a lot for
Oh,
my,
yeah.
especially since I have my shoulders. The Theragun helps out a lot if you guys have access to any of that.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a good tip. I have a friend who has one, and when I borrow it from her, it's amazing. I need to go ahead and invest in that for sure. Hello, Jeff Moore. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us live. And if you have any questions for Marcus on fitness tips, that's what he's here for. You too, Jim, even though you're a trainer too, we might still have
Yeah,
questions for
Jim.
Marcus. So the next question is, now that we're rolling into week 2, we're done with week 1, week 2. So what are some week 2 tips for our challengers?
Week 2 tip, just make sure you're consistent in doing the workouts um every day is scheduled. That's the main thing. And then another tip is that make sure you do your meal prepping. Preferably would be today would be a good day because obviously today is Sunday. You could prep for the rest of the week, but I would say just to make sure that you stay consistent because you made it's an accomplishment to make it through first week. So now you're into second week. So now you probably get into a routine. Make sure you just keep it going.
Yeah, that is the biggest concern for week 2 is this is where we start to see people
Yeah,
fall off and, fall off the wagon.
yeah. I want to tell everybody that, especially part of the challenge. If you made it through week 1, you can make it through week 2. The hardest part to me, the hardest part is week 1 because you're basically getting started. So now you're started. You came too far to stop now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you know what? And when I was doing the build and burn today, you said something interesting in the video, and I want you to reiterate on that. You were talking about how people get so focused on if they want to lose weight to just, trying to do a lot of cardio, and you were talking about how effective the build and burn workout is with the high intensity intervals and the strength training aspect.
Yeah,
So can you describe the difference with that?
yeah. The difference is the reason why I say you need to you ever heard the saying muscle burns fat. So when you're doing like a lot of people when they're doing like their well, not gonna say little, but their steady state cardio, that's all the calories they're burning. But when you're doing the strength training, you're breaking down the muscles, and your muscle takes time to recover. So up to 36 48 hours after the workout, your body is burning calories trying to repair itself. That's why the strength training is so important to combine with the cardio more. That's why I think more the strength training is probably on the top list of most important to do. Of course, you want to do cardio, but the strength training is the quickest way to get your body to burn them calories, burn the fat, to get you that build that lean muscle. Because everybody, when it comes to losing weight or getting in shape, the first thing they want to do is go to doing hours and hours of cardio. Nah, you do stuff like the build and burn and stretch 20. That's going to get your body. That's going to get your metabolism going hours and hours after workout because most people when they do these workouts they're going to be sore. So when you're sore, your body's trying to recover and it's just burning more energy trying to recover.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So offsetting, you want to actually build lean muscle mass on your body because that actually burns more calories having all that muscle mass on your body. So, you're just adding a calorie, a muscle that actually burns more calories the more muscle mass you have.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's why the program, that's why I made that program. That's why it's build and burn. You're going to build that muscle, but you're burning that fat while you're building that muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. And those of you watching, if you haven't done any of the build and burn workouts, they are a butt kicker, but they are so effective. And it's only 30 minutes. So everybody has time for that.
Yes, yes.
And it's a great strength training / high intensity interval program. So the other thing, Marcus, to ask was, the importance of not just doing the workouts, but also doing the nutrition. Can you talk about
Yeah,
that?
nutrition is number one in any program. I know it's cliche. A lot of people say you can't out train a bad diet, but in actuality, it is true because it's basically if you're working out, especially if you're doing some of these workouts that are real intense and all that, you don't want to kill it by going out eating like crappy foods, fast food all the time. So definitely nutrition is definitely the way to go. The way I like to use it is like if you have a brand new car or luxury car, you're gonna throw the premium gas in it. So same thing with with nutrition like that. And we're not saying that you need to go on some fad diet, but you need to go on a good healthy eating that you can maintain for long periods of time. But you definitely nutrition is definitely the number one in fitness.
Yeah. And Jeff Moore said he loves the build and burn workouts, and he wants to do some more of those. So I'm going to hook him up
Yeah,
on the app
yeah,
and put more of your build and burn workouts on there. Yeah, I love them too. And so now let's talk about, as far as like, you talked about consistency and sticking with it and the importance of nutrition and taking the rest days, making sure not to burn out your body. Um, let's just kind of project, to the end. So the 30 days, this is a 30-day challenge. Now people have the option, of course, at the end to sign up with Fireteam Whiskey and continue their
mhm.
journey. But I want you to talk about like the importance of really like having that long-term mindset instead of just a temporary like 30 days and that's it and you go back to what you were doing before.
Yeah, it's with this challenge, the main focus is to get to jumpstart you into a healthy lifestyle because you don't want to just do like a 30-day challenge and then you get all this progress and then you just go back to it's okay, I did it for 30 days. I'm going back to the way I would if you were living unhealthy or you wasn't working out or eating right. But the thing is fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. Because you want to find a way that where you could. That's why I said at the beginning, you focus on picking up them habits because this 30 days is going to steer you into a long term on fitness. You don't want to just do it for 30 days to go back to where you were living. So basically, this challenge is to kickstart you and get you ready for long term because fitness is not just something that you do for like a month or two. It's a lifestyle. You want to be healthy. You want to live long, especially if you want to be around for your family, your kids, and stuff like that. And it starts with these 30-day challenge. Like,
Yeah. And so Marcus, I'm not going to put you on the spot and have you tell us your age if you don't want
I
to,
will.
but I want to make a point. So what are you, you're 40?
47.
Oh yeah, okay. So you're 40. This man is 47 years old. Here, back up from the camera a little bit so people can see how, yeah. And so they've seen your videos, but you know, obviously he's kept himself up at almost 50 years
Yes,
old, right?
yes.
And you recently retired from the military, so congrats, of course, with that. But you haven't let yourself go, which is usually what people do when they retire from the military. And so talk about, the mindset and the motivation that you have to keep it going, because most people don't. They just say, okay, I don't have to be in shape anymore. I'm just gonna, let myself go. But you didn't. You're probably even fitter than you were before now that you got those shoulders fixed.
Yes. Like far as me, my mindset is that one thing that drew me into fitness is that the goal setting to where like I can always be like, okay, I can always get stronger, faster, more leaner, or whatever the case may be. Far as fitness, that's my motivation. Is that I'm a type person. I need something to shoot for, and fitness does it for me. So like I could say, okay, I want to be the most fit, almost 50-year-old person on the planet. Obviously, that might not happen, but that's the type of goals I shoot for. I always want to be whatever age bracket I'm in, because when I was in my 30s, people were like, "Oh, you're in great shape for your 30s." Same thing in my 40s. So that's my motivation. My motivation is just to set the standard. I like for people to talk to me and people be surprised when I tell them how old I am. So that's really my main motivation for fitness. And then, like I said, fitness is like a never ending goal setting. No matter how fit or unfit you are, you always can go to that next level. You could be a beginner, go to intermediate, go to advanced, and so on and so forth. So that's my main motivation. It's just that when I tell people, well, I retired from the army after 23 years, they're like, what? Yeah, so that's really my motivation, just to always have that young and energetic lifestyle.
Yeah. And I definitely wanted to ask you about, you went through a major surgery. Like I can't remember if it was both your shoulders or just
Just one,
one, but
my right one.
talk about that. I know there's probably a lot of people watching, and I know of a couple in particular in our who are doing our challenge who've had some pretty significant injuries. So can you talk about just, your mindset and the focus on recovering from an injury and how to kind of bounce back from that?
Um, the main thing I did is like when I had my shoulder surgery. It was very difficult to be honest because I wasn't able to do any upper body exercising for 9 months. But
Yeah.
what I did, I basically stayed with the guidelines what the doctors were telling me and all that, dude. But I made sure I did what I could do. I took like maybe like a week off. What I did, I would do like what I would do. I would do like one day of just walk around the neighborhood for about an hour. The next day I would do a leg workout. So I did that alternating for like 9 months. And then when I finally got cleared to do upper body stuff, I just got right after. I just made sure that even through my injuries, I worked around I worked around all my injuries. I made sure that I was still active. I made sure and one thing I did, it made me even focus even more on my nutrition. So I made sure, so I didn't lose any, and then I didn't gain any weight or anything like that during my time off. I just made sure I stay active, and then I just kept telling myself just keep progressing. Make sure I did all my physical therapy like they recommended, and that was it. Then once I was able to clear to start doing it, I just took it slowly. I didn't go in there and try to lift what I was lifting before. It took about a half a year for me to even come close to what I was doing before.
Yeah.
But I just made sure that I just made sure I stayed active and still moving around, even though I wasn't able to do no running and all that, no jumping and all that. But I just made sure I still did a lot of walking, a lot of make sure my nutrition point, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point that I always say that to my clients too is, if they get an injury, I'm like, well, then this is definitely your opportunity to focus like 1,000,000% on your nutrition and do what you can physically and work on your, physical therapy and take it slow. But if you're letting both go by the wayside, then that's just a recipe for disaster, right? So,
Yeah, the main thing with injuries and that's going to take you down. That even though you try to avoid injuries, but the main thing is that whatever they recommend, you try to stick to it. Because a lot of people just if they get injured, I know it's depressing to get injured and not be able to do what you want to do. But the thing is, you have to be focused and still just do what you can because that's is gonna at least is gonna maintain what you already build up. So you just have to make sure that you doing what you can. If you can't do like high impact, like for instance, if you're doing like one of the workouts, you can't do jump squats because you got bad knees or something. The low impact is doing regular squats. It's still something. You're still getting benefits because you're moving and you're working out. So you just have to work around injuries. But you just have to, but having an injury is not a reason to not do anything or just um, let your fitness fall to the wayside.
yeah. So Marcus is a prime example of somebody who, I mean, that's a really, really long time that you went through your recovery. I mean, you basically are a bionic man. You got a whole new
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah.
That's significant.
It was a
And
tough
and
surgery.
you're proof that, yeah, you're proof that even if it takes 9 months to, I think you said it was over a year before you could actually even start doing upper body
Yeah,
workouts again.
yeah,
I mean, you've really shown what, just patience and just focusing on one step at a time to get back, the payoff
yeah.
for that.
That is true because when I first started, I could only do when I was clear to do all the rest stuff. I only could maybe lateral raise 5 pounds. I maybe only could do when I first started back up. I maybe could do like 3 push-ups without going to my knees at first. But I stuck with it though.
Uh-huh. Yeah, awesome. Well, Marcus, we're so glad to have you on the Guns and Hoses Challenge. You're such an asset to our
Thank
program,
you.
and you're really motivation and Jeff says he appreciates all the examples of modifiers during the workouts for his old for the old broke folks. Jeff, we have definitely unbroken you. Jeff has made a huge transformation with Fire Team Whiskey. He's awesome. He's like he's definitely super fit now. Tyler says he's really inspired. So yeah, thank you, Tyler. So if there's any questions for anybody watching, please post them on the comments right now. So Marcus can. Jeff says, "Hell yeah." So if you do have any questions, please let us know. And if you don't right now, of course, Marcus is on the app, so you can message him or go to the group feed area and tag him in there, so he'll see your post. And yeah, Marcus, you're just an inspiration. You're really fun to watch, really fun to work out with on the fitness videos. And sometimes maybe your ears might be burning a little bit because you might be getting cursed out during some of those, especially those man makers and the burpees that you make us
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So any last thoughts about this topic?
Yeah, just like basically what I would reiterate, just give yourself time and like result like just want to let everybody know results is not always represented on scales. Results could be in losing inches. Results could be that you're more energetic. That instead of bringing one bag of groceries in, you could bring all the groceries in. You have more energy to play with your kids. Just give yourself time. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, because I know you see on social media everybody seems like they're transforming in like 3 days. Nah, just give yourself time, and then every time you work out, just go ahead and give 100%, and you stick with your nutrition, and we promise you that you will get the results that you want.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're a big part of that when we do the challenges, is that, you invented the fitness test, and that's kind of like our standard now, for Fire Team Whiskey. We use Marcus's fitness test at day 1 and day 30, because that's what it's all about, right,
Hmm.
Marcus? Like, you may not have seen a huge change on the scale, but maybe, and I know I do personally, I always improve in my push-ups when I do these
Hmm.
challenges. It's usually the only one I don't max out. And every single time, like, so maybe you started and maybe you scored, you did 25 push-ups, and maybe at the end doing Marcus's fitness test, maybe you did
Yes.
55 push-ups. I mean, what a huge change in just 30 days. And just imagine if you continue. So don't get discouraged if maybe you didn't see exactly what you wanted on the scale side of things. And this is why we also ask you to take pictures, because your body composition might look a lot different too. So, it doesn't, because you are putting on
Hmm.
muscle mass, right? And that weighs more than fat. So sometimes that offsets the fat that
That's
you're losing.
exactly. So you said exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to get across. Exactly what I mean. Like results come in so many different ways. So
Yeah. Yeah. So we love that. Thank you for the fitness test. That's our standard now. So we can see those fitness differences from day 1 to day 30. Not only are you doing your weight on day 1 to day 30, you're doing your pictures from day 1 to day 30, but you're doing Marcus's fitness
mhm.
test and seeing the change in your cardiovascular fitness, your strength, your core strength, with those planks that you have to do. So you're really getting a good overview of your change in all areas of fitness when you do the fitness test.
Mhm. Well said. Well said.
All right. Well, any last thoughts, Marcus? Thank you for being so patient with our technical problems. I'm sorry about
Oh no,
that.
that's fine. Just last words. If anybody you have any questions, like Stephanie said, I'll be on the app. Like if you have a question specific towards me, you can just really tag me, and I'll get back to you ASAP. So just make sure you do that. And if any or any type of workout you want to see me do or anything like that, I'm still open for suggestions too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good
yeah,
challenge.
if you want to, because I basically do it all. So if you from body weight stuff to one equipment, whatever you maybe do a poll. Maybe I should do a poll to see who what type of
Yeah.
workout you want me to bring. because I like doing stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that on the group on the app and see what people say.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll vote on one piece of equipment and you can make a workout
yeah, yeah.
surrounding it.
Any type of equipment
That'd be
from
fun.
kettlebells, bands, body weight, med ball, whatever it is. I'm pretty. I know I have something for it.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right,
Okay.
Marcus. Well, thank you so much for your fitness tips. I really appreciate it. I love
Okay. Thank
that
you.
you're one of our trainers for Guns and Hoses, and you're representing our firefighter team, right?
Hmm.
So, yep, firefighters have won 3 years in a row. So, Marcus, you've got
I know I
you've
can't
got
mess
the
it up.
champions on your side. So yeah, so don't mess it
I
up.
know.
Don't mess up the winning streak. Make
Yeah.
Marcus proud.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Marcus, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate your tips.
Okay. I'll see you guys later.